Hey everybody, welcome back. I'm Bud Churchwarden. This is part 8 in our series on printed circuit board design. If you look down here, you'll see the project that we've been working on. I've taken a second board and I've added another set of display panels to it. These are red down here. This is the blue one up there. I've got them tied together here with just a loop. Because I put headers on both sides, I'm able to just link these two together just to compare the colors and see how it goes. This header over here goes over to my Arduino, and a sketch is running in the Arduino that is basically incrementing these numbers that you see down here. I've actually ran this thing for many days and let the numbers get quite a ways up just to see what's going on. Well, in this video, we're going to be going back and looking again at how we put a graphic on the board. You see down here in the corner, we've got the JLC PCB logo on there. JLC PCB sponsors these videos, so I like to give them a plug. We put that graphic on there, and it came out quite nice. Now, I'd like to show you again how we go about creating a graphic on a printed circuit board. And so look at this one here. This is another project that I've been working on. This is a board that I've been doing with our amateur radio club. And I have created this board, and I wanted to put the radio club's logo on it. Let me show you the other side of the board. You can see there, the name of our club is the Mount Baker Amateur Radio Club. And there's a mountain there, Mount Baker here in Washington State. I'm going to show you in this video how I went about to create the graphic that goes on this board here. And of course it comes back looking really good when we get it from JLC PCB. Speaking of which, here's a word from JLC PCB, who is sponsoring these videos. First, we'll need an image. I've got this email that we send out about our club meetings, and we've got this nice picture here of Mount Baker that we include with all of our emails. And I'd like to take that image and add it to the back of our printed circuit board. To begin with, I'll need to save this image, so I'll right-click on it and select Save As. And I've already got the folder where I want it. I'll just give it a name here. It's going to be a JPEG. I'm going to call it Mount Baker. And we'll just save it there. I'll close this window. And we'll open up the folder and find that image. I'm going to need to change the format of the file. We need to turn this into a bitmap. It needs to be monochrome, and we need to have black and white reversed. I can do all of that with a program on my computer called the Snagit Editor. So let's see if we could do that. I'll open the file with Snagit Editor, and now you see we have the image here that we want to work on. The first thing I need to do is change it into monochrome. So we'll go to Color Effects, and I'm going to come down here and select monochrome. There's a slider here that allows me to choose the intensity with which it switches things here to monochrome. I'm going to look for a clean version of the mountain, something that I like. That looks pretty good. I like that right there. So we'll close that. That'll be fine. I don't like the way the image is centered here. We can bring this in here a little bit. That looks good. Now you can think of this as if it was a mask, just like on a regular silk screen. Where the white appears, the ink will go through. Where the black is there, no ink is going to go through. So let's see if we can clean this up a little bit. For one, I'd like to try to center the mountain a little bit over the the words. Maybe we'll move this in a bit there. Move this one in. That looks pretty good. I'm going to want that mountain separate, so I'm going to just make a copy of it for now. I'll just go in and select that. Then using the keyboard, I'll just do Control-C to copy it. And then next, I want to get rid of everything above the text here. So let's go back to our image. Let's go back to our tools and select shapes here. And I'm going to do a rectangle, but I need a black one. So I'll switch that over there. Now we'll just drag a black rectangle out across there and mask out all of the little white specks that we don't want in our image. That looks good. And now I'll bring the mountain back with Control-V to paste the mountain back on, and we can move it around here. And then we'll save this. And we'll do Save As, and we need to save it as a bitmap here. You have all these choices. We choose bitmap. We'll go ahead and save it. Now we can go back to Fritzing and import this image. Okay, here's our printed circuit board. We're going to want to put this image on the back side, so I'm going to switch to view from below, and we get that ready. We'll bring in an image right here, and you'll see it's backwards. We'll use the inspector to switch it to silkscreen bottom. That'll be fine there. And maybe to clean things up, I'll go in here and I'll turn the top silkscreen off. We don't need to see it right now, so we'll just uncheck that, and we have our image here. Now to get our mountain, we'll come over here where it says Load Image File. We will select our file, Mount Baker bitmap, and we'll bring it in. And here we go. It's a little bit large, so we'll grab a corner and start shrinking it down. Make it a little bit smaller here. Something like that maybe. And then we'll just need a place to put it. We have some holes there. Maybe right in the center of the board would look nice. Just like that. So remember, what you see that's black here will be white when the printed circuit board is made. Oh look, I've got it right on these holes. There's some through holes there. Let's move it above those. So that's all there is to it. Let's run this thing up to JLC PCB, and they'll show us what the printed circuit board is going to actually look like when we get it up there. First I'll have to save some files. Again, we'll do export, and for production, extended Gerber, and I'll need maybe a new folder for this one. We'll call it test board. We're not going to actually order it, we just want to look at what it's going to look like over there. I will put that in there, and then we'll select that folder. Let's look in our folder. We will do select all on those, and I'm going to turn those into a WinZip file like so. And it's ready. We'll do a quick upload and see what they look like. Okay, I'm on JLC PCB's website right now. We're ready to get in. I'm already logged in, so I'll just click the Get Quote button, and then we'll just tell it we want to add some files. We'll have to do a little bit of navigating to our test board right there. We will double click that, send our files up. And let's go ahead and take a look at the Gerber viewer. And we want to look at the bottom. And there's our mount. We've added a graphic to the back of our printed circuit board. How cool is that? Let's just zoom in on this guy. Not bad. Well, that pretty much winds up this video. Now you know how to add a graphic, and I certainly hope you'll give it a try. I hope you'll try and design your own printed circuit boards, add a graphic to them, make sure that you turn it into a bitmap. It should be monochrome, and you should reverse those colors. Get that done, and don't forget, you can always take an experimental version of your project, upload it to JLC, PCB, let them process the files and show you what it's going to look like if you were to actually submit it. You have the opportunity to use a little bit of trial and error. See if you've got it right before you actually submit the order and send it off to be manufactured. Now, this pretty much winds up the series on designing your printed circuit boards. I would like to have you stick around for 2 more videos. In our first video in this series, we covered the discovery stage, and we looked in detail at figuring out how to make that 7-segment display, those panels, work. We didn't spend too much time talking about the shift register, those 2 IC chips that we put on the board. What are they doing and how do they work? So there'll be another video coming here shortly, kind of an addendum to this series, in which we'll look at the shift register and see exactly what's going on there. And then finally, there will be one more video, because I know people are asking about the software. What was that sketch that I was using? How did I get my Arduino to light up the correct segments on those panels? I hope to see you again soon. And hey, don't forget to subscribe, like, and share.